All right, farm work part 2. Last time we set up the pole barn stand, me and Steve did. Today we are headed up to set up another muddy skybox ladder stand, and we're going to set it up in the corner of what we call the third field. It's a third field from my dad's house. We own road to road here.
Good spot.
Oh yeah, huge ag field. They just cut the weed on it, and we're going to set up. We're pulling down. All we're doing is taking down one that's not as comfortable. We're going to put this up. It's over a food plot in the corner of it, and I'll explain all that when we get there. But for now, I'm going to put the camera, set it up here, and I'm going to give you the drive back. I'm going to show you we're going to the big blind. The Murderplex is what we call the big one.
Taj Mahal.
The Taj Mahal, Steve calls it. The place we've been hunting out of. I hunt out. It's quick and easy to get into. We overbuilt this box blind. I'll just put it that way. When we built
a nice field, dude.
It's over a couple nice little food plots, but this is where we're heading now. We'll pick up here after I get this set up on the dash. So.
To the left or to the right?
Yeah, I think we'll go to the left here. So we're going through right here immediately to the left is where the first stand we put up. We just passed there. That's the barn stand, and we're gonna kind of go slow, just a little bit slower here. We got the top of my ladder rack in my truck full of crap. It's got my ladder stand. Got a couple chainsaws hanging out. But this is through my oak flat coming up here on the 20, we call it. This is a natural junk pile funnel. When I bought this property, there's a semi-trailer here that apparently nobody wants to buy semi-trailers anymore because they're trying to get rid of the damn thing. I'll probably have to crush and bury it eventually. But this is the food plot that we put in, this new one right here we're coming across. And this is where, and then up here high, if you see, that is the Murderplex, aka Taj Mahal, that I built. Those stairs are going up to it. This is a fence row, my neighbor's property. It's like a 3-corner here to the left. To the right, it's a thick bedding area, and it's right at the corner of our field, this new property that we picked up. But I've shot some pretty nice bucks out here. A couple of my biggest bucks I've killed with archery tackle. But here's the new food plot right here. We just got done putting in this food plot. This is all Mossy Oak Biologic Maximum.
Coming up real nice.
It's already green, yeah. It's coming up real good. So this is in the corner of a wheat field. This will all be alfalfa this year, but I need some late season food. So this is a big 30-acre ag field. It's the backside of my dad's farm. We're going to cut all the way across here, across this field. And it's right behind a pine forest, corner of a thicket. Behind it's a big swampy 60-acre woodlot. So it's real close to bedding. And man, the deer flies are terrible.
Yep.
They won't mess with us though, I don't think.
No, they ain't biting us at all.
So here we're coming up on, as soon as my truck stops beeping, here we're coming up on this corner. This is a corner food plot, and you can see up in this tree, there's a really terribly colored camouflage ladder stand. This is where we're putting the skybox. This is great late season. I shot one of my 4-year-old 7-points, the big 7 here last year. Came in from behind and I smoked him here. So we kill a lot of does off this. This always has, it's where I get the most pictures of mature bucks at. It's so close with a creek bottom to the right. Behind it's a thick swampy woodlot where 2 creeks meet, and there's a big pine forest up the ridge to the right here. And they all come, old Christmas trees that are grown up, they bed there. And then bucks search for does. It's real easy to call them out, or they're out here checking it anyway. So we're gonna get this stand set up in that tree, and then we'll go from there. So if you were a deer and you were walking out of this woodlot behind me, you can come right here, walk out to this food plot primarily, and then you would get shot from up here. The wind's always good here. It's always a northwest wind, and most of the deer that we have come out of this woodlot behind us. So they always come this way. I do get some that come from the field, and the occasional ones that pop out of here, out of this woods here, right behind, directly behind me. But once they pop out, they're in your wind for a second and they're gone. This is the best to hunt this on northwest wind, or a north wind's even better. Because they're not on this food plot. I can kill them by the time they're on the food plot, but most of those bucks, they don't come out. If they are a good buck, I don't hunt this, according to wind direction. I don't hunt it until I get pictures of mature bucks on the plot. This isn't a doe killing spot for me. This is a, hey, I'm getting good recon of deer and I hunt this spot. So we try to underhunt it as much as I possibly can, because I don't want to pressure them too hard. Like I said, it's kind of iffy with the wind, but if I put a stand on either side, I can't shoot this pinch point behind this creek bottom. So it's kind of a cat, you know, you have to make sacrifices, and that's what we did here. So we're gonna get pulling this down. When I get it set up, I'll show you a view from the stand. All right, operation upgrade is complete. We have tucked in behind here, you can see that little spot, the new Muddy Skybox. Got some good brush below it, but I'll check in from up top and I'll show you how it's set up as far as the layout around it. All right, view from the third field corner. Here's my food plot. It's the old stand we just took down. I have a mineral lick and a camera right there on the other side of this tree. This is about a 1/4 acre, maybe 1/3 acre plot of a biologic maximum. And late season, this one just gets absolutely hammered. So over here on the back side is an old Christmas tree farm tucked into this field line behind it. That's all my property over here that I picked up a couple years ago. Grown up Christmas trees, they bed, they filter out into this field this way. They come out from the swamp here a lot to check this plot for, you know, for does. A lot of the bucks do. And then behind us here is all thick creek bottom back here. This is the narrowest point in about, I would say, 150, 200 acres of woods between two ag fields is right behind here. So they travel behind this stand. It's a travel corridor. Last year I shot one of my big 4-year-olds, big 7. He came in, he was coming out here late season to eat radishes, turnips, brassicas, biologic maximum he was destroying out here. And then I keep clover here pretty much year round, except for a 2-week window it takes for me to plow and get everything back up again when we get some good rain. But this stand is really easy to slip into. It's comfortable. These Muddy Skyboxes are great. It's hard not to fall asleep in them. A lot of these deer filter out behind us. They come in from all directions here. But the nice thing about it is how close it is to a natural travel corridor. My gun season buck I shot right inside the woods where two creeks cross here. Oakdale gun season I shot this front swamp 9 who lived up at the first stand I showed. He came through my pine trees, must have checked him for does, didn't see anything, cut across the field and came right through here. And I smoked him crossing this creek back here. And the big 7 I kept getting pictures of. Last year I got 3 days in a row when it was freezing cold. It was like in December. I mean, it was like 10 degrees out. I got pictures of him eating radishes, and that was the first time I got pictures of him since the beginning of October. So I knew if I sat here, I'd catch up with him eventually. He came down this creek, and I shot him right behind me here at 60 yards. And he died almost where my 9-point did. But this will be a good plot. It always produces. This is where I get the best pictures of my bucks on the farm here usually. If I get a big shooter early season, I've killed a couple out of this tree. They just, you know, it's the only first available food. This is going to all be alfalfa this year. This entire field will be. As opposed to corn last year, and they cut it early for silage. But this plot has been so good to me over the years. I've killed, I can't tell you how many dozens of deer I've killed out of this corner. And it just keeps kind of growing, and putting late season food is what I care about. The alfalfa will die, the crops are all gone. I'm the only one in the area here that has good mast in the ground. And we have, you know, on the whole entire farm here. So I have 5 or 6 of these, just these kind of plots. But they love this because they come from the pine bedding area I was telling you about, the Christmas trees and the thick pines up here, shelter and cover in late season. It's real close for them to come out and hammer it. So this is stand number 2. This is the third field corner we call them. And we're all set to go. The mineral lick's getting destroyed. I got a picture of a buck I call Buster that's been back here for a couple years now. He's a big 8-pointer with like 10-inch brow tines. He's out here now. He's already looking like a stud. And it is, you know, end of July, so he's still got plenty of time to grow. So moving on to the next stand. Steve's down there taking a break. I don't blame him, man. It's hot out. So we'll be on to the next one here shortly.